Leather Shop. I've got something a little different for you guys today. I'm going to review the Xtool D1 5-watt diode laser. Now, I'm not new to lasers. I currently own a K40 CO2, but the work area is just too small for what I wanted to do. So in hopes of finding something that would work better for leather, I reached out to Xtool and they finally agreed to send me a 5-watt to review. And if you guys are interested in picking one of these up, there will be links in the description below. And for 30 days, you can use coupon code MichaelMaysLeatherworks to get a 5% discount on your order. I know it's not much, but nowadays every little bit helps, right? Okay, now first of all, what attracted me to this laser? You know, I shopped around quite a bit before deciding to reach out to Xtool to review this particular setup. On the specs, they say that it has a focus laser point of 0.08 millimeter by 0.08 millimeter. And this should allow for great detail when engraving your leather or any other medium. It has all metal construction. It's built with industrial aluminum alloy, which they state gives the laser 3 times greater lifespan than their competition. All steel wheels and shafts, no plastic rollers, which should also lead to a longer lifespan of the laser overall. It has a large work area, which is approximately 17 by 16 inches. That's 432 by 406 millimeters. So it gives you a nice large area to work with. It has a built-in focus arm, which makes it easy and painless to set up new materials for engraving and or cutting. And it's now compatible with Lightburn software, which is one of the industry leaders for lasers. Now, the build process was pretty straightforward. It took me about 45 minutes to follow along with their video. It does come with a manual, but I would suggest using the video. It's a lot easier to understand and follow than their booklet was. At least it was for me anyway. Now, the only problem I did run into was updating their firmware. But after some troubleshooting and asking the Facebook group some questions, I was able to get it resolved and get the firmware updated. But that process took me about an hour since I had to ask questions. It should have been about a 2 to 3 minute process. Now, I didn't record the build process, but I did take pictures as I was building the system. And you'll see those coming up on the screen now. Now, while you're looking at these, I'm going to set the camera up over next to the laser so we can get to the laser test. Alright, for the first test, I prepared 3 pieces of vegetable tan leather, a piece of 2 ounce, 5 ounce, and 9 ounce. Now we're going to run this cut test 1 piece at a time because the focus is going to be set differently for each one of them. And we need to make sure that everything's in focus to get the proper cut. Now for the 2 ounce piece, which you see here, I have the speed of the cut set to 10 millimeters per second. And I'll use 100% power. I'm going to start the job now. That's my fault. I actually didn't check my settings up here. Frame the job. And I will start it. Alright. Move the laser back. So as you can see, for the 2 ounce leather, now we did get a little bit of a black end on that, but of course that's to be expected with any laser cut. But if you look here, you can see that we don't have any damage as far as smoke or any scorching on the surface. So the results of this are actually very good. Alright guys, I've got the test set up for the 5 ounce piece of vegetable tan leather. Now you're going to hear some noise in the background. That's that window fan I have running to help get the smell and the smoke out of the room while we're doing this test. Alright, the frame looks good. One more time just to make sure. Alright. Alright, that did not pass through. That's still not a pass through. Run it one more time. That might be. Let's give it a check. Okay, now as you can see, in 3 passes that did cut through. We don't have really any smoke damage on the top or on the bottom. So there was really no damage to the leather. Now the edges are a little bit crispier than you might like them to be, but you know, we're going to end up burnishing and treating our edges anyway, so I doubt that's going to cause too much of an issue with the final product. Alright, now let's set up the 9-ounce piece of leather, and I'm going to show you quickly how we change the focus on the Xtool. And on the left side here, you'll see a little knob right here. I'm going to pull that knob away from me, rotate it so that I can lift the head up. And then here we have a little arm that flips down. We want to put that over our piece of material, and we want to let it come down until it makes contact, which is right there. Once we have contact, let's tighten the knob back up. And that's all it takes to set the focus on this laser. Alright, so we're going to get this job framed up, see what it's looking like. It's our 3rd pass. We're still not through. Pass number 4. I can see the laser coming through at the bottom. I still don't believe we've gone through the leather completely yet. Alright, so actually it did better than I expected. You can see it's barely, I really wouldn't even call that connected. There was just like one little strand that was not completely cut through. But if you look at that, the charring is not terrible at all. You can see a little bit right here. You can see we do have a little bit of smoke that stained the top. But if you were to put a masking tape or a laser mask on your leather before doing that, that would take that out of the equation.
All right, guys, I want to thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. So, what do I think about this laser? I think it's a very good laser for leatherwork, on the caveat of if you're looking to engrave. Now, as you can see, the 5-watt gave us excellent detail, very fine lines, super impressed with the overall quality of the engraving. But if you're looking to add a laser to your shop because you're wanting to prototype, new product ideas, if you're wanting to cut, leather patterns out, then I don't think the 5-watt system is going to be enough for you. Now, they do have a 10-watt system and a 20-watt, which is just came on the market, which are going to be better suited for those needs. The 10-watt and the 20-watt both can cut much thicker material much faster and do it in a single pass. So if you are looking to get a laser like this and add it to your workshop, go ahead and do your research, ask some questions, visit some Facebook groups, and find out which one is really going to meet your needs. There were very few negatives that I found about this laser. The firmware updating is an issue that I think needs to be addressed, and also cable management. I do believe that the wire bundle that's coming from the control board to the stepper motor and then over to the laser module, that needs to be addressed, as I believe that could lead to a potentially unsafe incident. You could cut through those wires and end up shocking yourself. So that's definitely something I feel should be addressed with a drag chain or whatever method that they choose to deal with that. But that's definitely something that needs to be looked at. But guys, if you get one, I think that you'll enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun with it, and the possibilities are endless. You could also use this for merchandising. Get yourself some tumblers, put your logo, your motto on them, make some hat patches. Help grow your brand, and this laser can definitely help you do that regardless of the model that you buy. But with all that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you found this informative or entertaining in any way, please give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, be on the lookout for my next video. Thanks you all.